Ngoại giao hả?
Moves in and bowls to Chopra, and Chopra plays a textbook for defensive shot, which would grace any page of any MCC coaching manual. That is assuming that that's the way cricket is still taught to play. I don't know when I was taught to play it. That was the first. No, it wasn't. It was about the third thing. First of all, they taught you how to pick up a cricket bat, and then how to stand at the crease, and then how to play a forward defensive. They probably now just tell children pick it up how you like and see how hard you can cricket and how far you can hit it. I think that's more likely to be the way. I may be wrong. I hope I am. Shami moves in and bowls to Chopra, who plays with authority and straighter than the mid-off is, so they take two. In fact, it's going to run away down the slight slope at this end, the slight and parched slope. It runs away for 4 runs, taking Essex on to 25 for 1, or is it 29? No, they're pretty quick. They've already put those 4 up. 25 for 1.
Anything that's beaten the infield so far,
yes,
is forward. You either dive on it and stop it because you don't chase it.
No, that's right.
Which is unusual considering the ball is running pretty much over south.
Yes, come back to that. That's just pushed out down into the gully region. Yes, at each end here at Chelmsford, the boundaries are famously or notoriously short. Whereas, certainly on the offside to the right-handed batsman when bowling from the river end, it's quite a long way. Not so far to the leg side to the pavilion, but it's a long chase out to that far boundary on the east side of the ground, away towards the executive apartments. Chopra stands tall at the crease with his bat slightly raised as Shami moves in, bowls to, and then plays the front foot, pushes it out into the covers. In addition to the score of 29 for 1, they hadn't put that boundary up in our last look, so yeah, that straight drive took the score to 29 for 1, of which Wesley has 10, and Chopra has 6, and Brown's the man out for 11.
Then we get to the stage where we may be able to fry an egg on our table.
Yeah, I think you're right.
If it was black, it's a light blue colour. If it was black, it would be a business.
And that's just slightly a leading edge. I don't think he was looking to play it out into a gap in the offside. He was looking probably to push it out to mid-on, but got a slight leading edge, but it was all along the ground. They took a single, and Chopra will retain the strikes at the end of the over. And in reply to the Indians' 395, Essex at 30 for 1.
Just a couple of housekeeping notes. At tea, which will be at 3:40, listeners on BBC Radio 5 Sports Extra will take into the 18th stage of the Tour de France. Cricket commentary will take a little break during the tea interval, then we'll be back online from 4 o'clock on the BBC Sport website and BBC Essex. Conclusion of the cycling, it is indeed concluded by the time that play is ended here at 6. We'll return on Sports Extra.
And maybe again a little bit of a leading edge, but went along the ground, through gully, but there was a short third man backing it up. No addition to the score, it's still Umesh Yadav bowling from the far end, the east close end.
And then later on this evening, from 7 o'clock on Sports Extra, Rugby League, Super League action, St Helens against the Warrington Wolves.
Imagine playing rugby this weather. Good Lord. Do clubs not have what we know as a duty of care to their employees, making people go out and play rugby league this weather? That's worked away square on the onside. Will certainly be 2 and only 2. Possibly in a T20 game where it really mattered. They might have looked for 3 there, but given the nature of the game and especially the nature of the weather, they were quite happy to settle for 2.
The thing is though, Dick, rugby league is mostly played in the gritty north.
Yes, I know what you're going to say, yes.
Where we just get on with things.
That's right. Immune to the weather, aren't you really? You know, I mean, famously, no, we won't stereotype Newcastle girls. No, not fair, otherwise In fact, when you're commentating from Essex, it's not fair to stereotype about anybody else, is it? It's flying in the face of fortune, really. Pulled away, or chopped away, as the name suggests, by Chopra for 4. It was short of a length. It's sat up rather than asked to be hit, and sure enough it was hit backward and square on the outside for 4. Seems, I don't know if it's going to apply in rugby league, but in rugby union they're going to experiment with the tackle law in the championship cup matches this season, which is a good idea.
A real blind spot now for me, digits on rugby tackling.
Blind spot.
I am not the man to be discussing rugby.
Right.
Well, that delivery from Machado, I'm just running slightly tired. He's into his 7th over now. His
yes,
spell has been split over lunch, but you may be thinking about a change.
And again, sat up and asked to be hit. Chopra had no idea where it went, and I hasten to add, neither did I. I thought it had gone where Chopra thought it had gone, down to sort of deep backward square leg, or long leg, and somehow it found its way out to backward point again for a single.
Yeah,
that was a bizarre shot.
Save the lesser spotted pull to point for a single.
I was looking over there, Chopra was looking over there. It's almost like pantomime, it's behind you.
Excellent, 37 for 1. I wonder if Essex are thinking, what we're going to make India back, we can make India field for 5 sessions.
Yes. Well, they'd do England a favour if they wore out the tourists. But it's a long way to go for they can do that. It's Umeshadov again from the far end, the Hague's close end. To make up for those 2 poor deliveries, that was an excellent delivery which moved away just slightly. You don't have to move the ball a long way. It was only about 2.5 inches between the middle of the bat and the edge of the bat, and that beat the outside edge of Wesley's bat. Wesley desperately trying to find some form. He hasn't really found any this season. He did get a century in a one-day game, but his championship form has been poor. His T20 game has been consistent, but it's been consistent in as much as he scored 20-something every time he's gone to the crease, which isn't really enough for a batsman with his apparent ability. And that scuttled through, kept a bit low again. That's probably now the 3rd or 4th to have scuttled through and kept a little bit low there. Bearing in mind where it pitched, you'd expect it to go through above bail height, and that one crept through 3/4 of stump height. End of the over, and in reply to the tourist 395, Essex at 37 for 1.
Yeah, he's got it right. Umeshadov. He really has caused problems, just moving the ball this way and that, mainly away from the right-hander. And every so often, he's got that uneven bounce.
Yes. So, change of bowling sees Sharma come into the attack. Ishant Sharma.
That is a much smarter Ishant Sharma than what we're used to.
Yes,
he's got
usually flowing locks.
Yeah, and he's had I wouldn't call it a sharp haircut, because he's still got a decent mop of black hair on his head.
He wouldn't get in the army with it.
No, but we're still usually used to the locks flowing over his shoulders. It took me a long while to recognise who it was.
Not sure.
Without the distinctive long hair. Not my first change though, is it?
It's not really, no. Tall, dark, right arm over, moves in there. That was a good delivery. That moved back in a long way, and the keeper took it moving away to his left. And that was a useful delivery. Yes, the perception is, I'm not sure it was you that was saying it, or whether it was cheating, but the perception is that Indian bowling attack revolves around their spinners. Well, they've got some pretty handy seam bowlers as well.
If India can sort out their problems at the top of the order, if Pujara or Darwan can get some runs, it looks like one of those two will make way for KL Rahul, who shoot out between Pujara and Shikhar Darwan in the second innings of this match.
Yes, indeed. So Sharma in again bowls. And Wesley's picked up, sits out of my view, picked up a single bit of a thick inside or bottom edge. Wesley batting like a man out of form, basically. I beg his pardon, that wasn't Wesley, it was... What did that? I'm totally obscured by this window play. Did that go for 4?
No, it just went for a single. So the long leg fielder, I think, was slightly distracted by signing some autographs.
Is that what it was?
Had to scoot around and ended up in the shadow underneath Down at long leg, there's a tree there, casting pretty much the only shadow on the ground, and just meant that Chopra got a single to 38 for 1 in Essex.
Yeah, a large sycamore tree at that end, and Sharma moves in again and bowls, and that's outside the off-stump. And again, this time I can say it with justification, that Wesley batting like a man who's not in form at all.
But to pick up on the point, if India can sort their top order out, and then you look at Kartik and Pandya at 6 and 7, both of whom have got runs here, a range of spinners, pace bowlers, Isant Sharma, Mohammad Shami, Umesh Yadav, lots of bases covered in that attack. They really are formidable opponents.